G'day, welcome back to Harry's Shed. In the last episode, you'll have seen we've made a big start on getting the whole front of the car off. We've got the exhaust out, we've got we've got the tail shaft out, gearbox, all the electrical connections to that have all been taken care of. So in this episode, we're going to start getting rid of all the electrical connections to the engine. We've probably got to pull off a bunch of air conditioning lines, fuel lines, power steering pump will have to come off, and at this stage I can't think of anything else, but we'll see how we go as we go along. With the electricals, I'm working on the basis that most of the stuff attached to the engine will actually come out with the engine, provided I get the big connectors off first. So you can see this is the ECU for the engine itself. We've got a couple of really big connections. If you've never seen these before, they can look really big and awkward. You can yank away on them for days and days, but they're actually really simple to undo simply by lifting up these tabs here, and as you lift, and you're probably gonna see here, turn them up, and no, my whole ECU wants to come out because that's just been cable tied in, so it could be a little bit of a struggle, and you want to avoid breaking stuff. So this one looks like it should come out first. There we go. And I don't know if you heard that click, and this one should come back with a click, and there we go. So that's the ECU disconnected. Your time, so that one will lift up. There we go. Excellent, because that end there is attached to the engine, and then this big grey one here. Today is officially day 3 of this little project of mine. We have our new rebuilt engine, and I'm pretty sure I've already explained our reasons for going with a rebuilder. You can't actually buy these engines out of Holden or General Motors in Australia, at least anymore. I could have bought a whole brand new bottom end, but then that would still mean doing heads and a lot more work. So we've gone with a fully reconditioned unit. So bottom end has been fully rebuilt, new bearings, rings on the pistons, the whole shebang. The heads have been done, the valves have been reground and reset. They do all come, well, the mob I've purchased from anyway, and I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. They include all the gaskets. They even include instructions on how to bed the engine in with a warranty card. So this engine has a 12-month unlimited kilometre warranty on it, on the proviso that we look after it the way it's supposed to be looked after. So already this morning, as I went to pick the engine up this morning, and I was so excited to see it's actually got this lifting hook on it. So I've popped the inlet manifold off the ute, and we're going to use this lifting hook on there as well. So that's just going to make my life so much easier for getting the old engine out and getting the new one in. The engine builders have asked for all the oil to be drained out, because again, this is a rebuilt engine that I've bought on what they call a changeover basis. So when I return this old engine to them, I get a whole bunch of money back, like a security deposit. And hopefully I won't make a huge mess. What I've actually done is put a jack under the gearbox, the end of the gearbox, because I didn't want it all just falling down that way. So I've just got the bolts for the crossover stitched up there, so I've got to get underneath, get those undone, and then I reckon it's all going to come up. Everything looks like it's disconnected where it needs to be. I'm not fouling on anything I shouldn't be. So I'm just going to keep on battling on. So gearbox is on a jack, engine's on the crane. I'm going to allow the gearbox to lower down a bit to jack up the engine so that I can drag the whole lot forward. Again, I've checked everything underneath there. Everything seems to be undone. I've probably missed something, but this isn't a channel about telling you how to do things the right way. It's about you seeing me learn as I go, just to inspire you to give things a bit of a crack. Don't be afraid. I'm just checking to make sure the sump. So as soon as the sump clears the steering rack, I should be able to bring everything forward. So this will come around this way. This is why you never want to do anything too quick. That is what I'm doing. Out, people! Woohoo! So there we go. Both engines side by side. Obviously now I've got to start pulling everything I need off this one and putting it onto the new one, and then it'll slide in. And it sounds so easy when I say it like that, but I'm sure this is going to take me a long, long while, and there are going to be things that I'm going to do that I'll then realise that I'll have to undo so I can do something else before I did what I thought was the right thing to do, because to hell with checking an instruction manual. But once you get to this stage, now's a really good time to give yourself a break. Have a coffee, sit down and relax for a little bit, and then come and attack the job with newfound fervour. bugger here is the last electrical connector that needs to come off, and it's really hard to see how that's doing it. Someone else has had a crack at this and a bit has broken off. It definitely doesn't push in. I'm just going to grab a hook to see if we could actually pull that. Yes, that pulled out. And my phone is ringing. I may as well let that all drain out and worry about it a bit later. More kitty litter. God, I love kitty litter. Alright. Aha! There we go. One complete engine harness removed. And don't think I won't be looking at this video over and over and over again to work out how things go back together. But you know what? That's where I'm going to leave this episode for today. I'll wait till all this coolant leaks out and I'll bang the engine back up and clean up underneath it. And tomorrow we're going to start actually moving everything from this engine to the new engine. I've got no idea how long it's going to take. I'll try and be as methodical as I can. And yeah, look, hopefully you've learnt a bit along the way. I've learnt a hell of a lot along the way. If you haven't as yet, smash the subscribe, the like button, share it with your mates. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments. And yeah, I'm always happy to answer whatever questions I can. If I don't have the answer, I'll let you know that I don't have the answer. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Harry's Big Shed.